I'm here today with Briton of Wage War to talk about their upcoming tour. It means I feel like you guys are just living on the road lately. You just finished one, you'll get started another one. How's things going with you?
It's been pretty good. I'm enjoying my time home at the moment. Yeah, I think we're back on the road in like 7 days. So excited.
So let me ask you this: this extension of this North American tour, was this a result of the success of the previous North American run that you guys just finished in May?
Um, I would say kind of, but I feel like we've been neglecting Canada for a little while. We always hit like Montreal and Toronto, so it's time to do the full thing. I know a lot of people want to see us, so I'm excited.
Well, in the last tour, you guys only played one Canadian date. That was Toronto. It was a sold-out show at the
Yeah.
fourth. Now you're coming back with 8 shows out of 9. This is pretty much,
hmm
I mean, Buffalo. We could kind of annex Buffalo and make it part of the Canadian geography. This is
Yeah.
technically an all-Canadian tour for you guys. Is this a case of Wage War loving Canada as much as Canada loves Wage War?
That Toronto show was actually one of my favorites on the entire tour. So yeah, every time we come to Canada, it's always a treat, and yeah, like I said earlier, it's time, and I'm excited.
Are the crowds in Canada different in terms of when you're doing a North American run? Do you feel like the crowds in Canada give you guys something different because maybe you don't come here as often, as frequently, and therefore there's a little bit more passion in the air?
Yeah, I feel like y'all appreciate it way more. Like definitely, you can just kind of feel the love in the air of like how appreciative the crowd is. I'm like, wow, I can't believe they're playing here. I feel like in America, like we tour here so much, some people are just like, yeah, I'll see them next time or whatever.
Canadians are known for being like super quiet, nice, and polite. When it comes to a Wage
Yeah,
War show, is that what you guys get?
no, man, I feel like it's complete opposite.
Everybody's just flying around and having a great time.
Oh yeah.
When you guys did the last run, how was the set list compared to the set list that you guys are going to use now? Are you staying very close together set list wise?
I think so. I think it should be a little bit similar. I know a lot of people like the set list we did on the States run, so it's definitely gonna be a little different. But I would say most of the songs we played 19, so I mean,
That's a lot.
yeah, that's a lot of songs. So I'm sure if you're coming to the shows, we're gonna play one of your favorites for sure.
Now you mentioned that the Danforth show was one of your favorites. Why was that show one of your favorites on that tour?
We got a couple friends that come out all the time in Toronto, also. So it's just like it's good seeing them, but the crowd's always so good. Like I remember we did like I think 2018 Warp Tour stop in Toronto, and that was such a cool date. And yeah, I feel like Toronto's just a home away from home a little bit.
I know you guys played in Toronto on the last part. It's not there's no Toronto date on this one. Did you guys consider
hmm
adding a Toronto date or was that too close?
We felt like it was too close. We'll be back for sure, though. I'm sure.
Okay, okay. Because fans
Yeah,
are ready to sell out another venue for you guys here.
yeah, we'll be back.
Uh, is it difficult to do like a tour like this, almost an all Canadian tour, considering like the distance between cities, between markets? Does that add another level of logistics for you guys?
It's not too bad, especially like traveling in a bus and stuff now. I remember we did a tour with I Prevail like 5 years ago where we hit like a couple Canada dates and like I think it was January and the snow was so crazy and I'm just like, oh man, this is so hard. But it's nice for coming through in the summer and I think it'll be a breeze.
Is the Canadian market a good market in terms of the revenue that it generates from a merch standpoint? Because these days everybody's talking about how bands are pretty much just selling merch is the only way of making revenue and really putting some dollars in the bank account. So how does
Uh,
the Canadian market treat you guys from that standpoint?
they're amazing. I feel like they come out and support all their favorite bands. Like it's not even just us. I remember when we did that run through Toronto recently, I remember like hearing from other people being like, yeah, they treated August Burns Red, Spirit Box, all those bands that came through really well. So yeah, it's never been a problem there. And I know a lot of bands don't go up there often, but I think it's a great market. There's no reason not to. So
Are you concerned with the state of live music these days? I every day a different band comes into the forefront, saying how things are becoming a little bit unstable financially for bands to tour, the cost, the higher costs, everything. Are you concerned considering how much time you guys spend on the road?
Um, it's a little concerning, but I do think we're in like a big transitional period right now. I don't think like all live music is like doomed. I feel like you know, a lot of things that were set in their ways, we've kind of raised those red flags and being like, you know what, we should kind of change this. So I know it's like a little bit of a, you know, people getting rubbed the wrong way with old techniques, but I think that's, you know, I think that's just what has to happen to grow.
Are you guys offering VIP on the tours,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
is going to be part of the tour package?
yes.
Are you do you enjoy the VIP experience? Because I talk to a lot of guys, and some dudes are like, I like it, but it's really awkward. Like, how is it for you?
We try to make it fun. So we're doing like a family game night, kind of like Family Feud. Um, so like people kind of come up and like answer questions about the band, and they're usually really easy questions, but it's just kind of get to know everybody and have fun. We don't try to like, obviously you can like get a photo op and all that kind of stuff, but we try to make it fun so it's not boring for sure.
I hope you're not asking them to name 3 songs of whatever band they're wearing on their shirt.
That's one of the jokes we always pull out, but no, you don't have to do that.
It's fun to see you guys having a good time. I was really excited to see this tour run being announced with so many Canadian dates. Like you said earlier, it doesn't happen
Mhm.
very often. Are you guys going to take some time off after this run? Because you had a break now, but you've been on the road for quite a bit of time. Are you going to take a break and start working on a new record soon?
Absolutely. I think you nailed it right on the head. I wouldn't say, we got a new record like in the bag or anything like that, but we're definitely gonna take some time and work on some new music.
Do you have a deadline or at least a date in your mind of when you want that to happen?
I'm not sure. We haven't taken a lot of time to sit down and really mess with it yet. So, I mean, between tours, we've been writing stuff. We're always writing, but this is going to be the nice little bit of chunk of the year where we can kind of set aside and, make some music we want to make.
Has this tour give you a good response as far as Manic is concerned from that record's point of view? Are people really digging the new tracks?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like they like the new stuff more than our old stuff like Stitch and whatever. Like those are definitely the classics, but I feel like the new material goes over really well.
Is that most of the set list? You guys are including a lot more of that in the set list?
Yeah, I think we're playing like seven or eight songs off Manic.
I have to ask you this as my last question. What do you do on
Hmm.
the road to stay busy, or I mean, just to kind of fill in the dead time? Because people don't realize how much dead time you guys have between shows and setup and sound checks and all of that. There's a lot of nothing to
Yeah.
do. So
Uh,
fill in that.
I would I would say we spend a lot of our time kind of exploring cities and like playing video games like Mario Kart and whatnot. I know the band is like cutthroat at Mario Kart. I've seen them get in arguments and screaming matches over that game. So that's what we fill our time with.
But you do a little bit of tourist stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
You have to. You have to at least take a little bit of the cities that you visit.
Yeah.
I think that's a huge part. Brighton,
Oh
man,
yeah.
thank you very much for taking the time today. You guys killed it in Toronto at the Danforth
Thank
last
you.
show. There won't be a Toronto show, but there's Ottawa, there's London, Ontario, there's a lot of Canadian dates. Like I said, 8 dates out of 9 shows, and I'm not talking about the festivals that you guys have included in this
Yep.
run. So congratulations for the success of the previous tour. I'm already going to
Thank
give
you.
you congratulations on the success of this new tour coming up, because I know Canada is going to welcome you guys with
Hmm.
open arms. Not like Creed, but with like your open arms, if you will.
Yeah.
Take care, man. All the best.
All righty. Thank you.